Hey, folks, welcome to day number 3 of daily podcasts, live streams. Uh, this is kind of unusual for me, but I had time off, so I was able to do it. I have another great pairing for you today. I know you're going to love it. Let me make sure I'm hearing myself. Yep, there we go. I am loud and clear on the World Wide Web, although we don't use that term anymore. Anyway, got a great pairing for you today. I know you're going to love it. This is uh, it is going to be a powerful pairing, I'm sure. Um, Today, it's all about power and grit. We're taking a high proof oak forward Kentucky bourbon, and we're going to match that with a kind of street style San Andrés cigar that doesn't hold back. Um, uh, this one isn't going to be subtle. It's going to be bold. It's going to be layered, and it's going to be built to evolve from the first light to the final draw. I guarantee. So, what am I pairing today? Well, I am pairing Russell's Reserve single barrel, and I am pairing that together with a Crowned Heads Juárez. This is the Ferdinand. It is 4 by like 58 on the ring gauge, so it's a little stubbier than normal, but I know it's going to be a great one. Now, the wild turkey, Russell's Reserve is a wild turkey spirit. Uh, they normally are about 110 proof, but it does vary by bottle since it's a single barrel. But this one comes in at 55% alcohol by volume, which is 100 proof. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon, and as I said, it is a single barrel. So, what's the mash bill on this wild turkey spirit? The mash bill is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. Now, this is kind of it's a lower rye than what you think of as most high rye bourbons. But Wild Turkey's yeast plus the barrel influence create a bold spice and a heavy oakiness and a deep vanilla that make this feel more aggressive than the number actually suggests. It is not one to be taken lightly. Um, the heavy char, which is kind of turkey's signature, you get this deep oak extraction from that warehouse aging. It's going to drive caramelized sugars, chars, the spicy oak, or smoky oak, I mean, and it is perfect for pairing with darker wrappers. So I already got it glassed up. And what does it look like? Oh, man, that is beautiful. Our last 2 episodes have had ripe wheat fields. This is nothing like that. This is a beautiful, beautiful copper color. Got some little red hues right around the edges. Has a magnificent set of legs on it. On the nose, you do just get that blast of vanilla, followed by caramel, followed by toasted oak. Then you get a little baking spice under there, and you get this hint of orange peel. It's a wonderful spirit in the glass, and it does not smell like 110 proof. There's a little tingle in your nose, but there's nothing that says, there's no ethanol burn that says this is going to be a monster. Let's go ahead and try it and see if it's going to be on the palate. You get rich toffee, some wonderful notes of brown sugar. Then you get baking spices, the cinnamon and the clove, and you do get a heavy oakiness with a full coating mouthfeel. Uh, a little burn around the edges of your tongue, 110 proof, but the flavors are wonderful, and the proof does not overwhelm the flavors. That is a really great spirit. It is not for the faint of heart, though. I guarantee. The finish is long. It's warming. I think I need to adjust this camera just a little bit. Yeah, right there. You've got that lingering oak, pepper, char, and then a nice kind of lingering sweetness. Hey, got a couple of people just join in. Thank you for being here with us today. I am pairing, for those of you just joining, I hadn't gotten far, so you didn't miss much. We are pairing Russell's Reserve single barrel with Crowned Heads, Juárez, the Ferdinand. It's like 4x58, so it's a nub. The Russell's Reserve as a mash bill, 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. Even though it's a little bit lower rye content, the barrel, the Wild Turkey's yeast and the barrel influence kind of create this real bold, spiciness with a lot of heavy oak and deep vanilla. And it sure did give us that. On the nose, we got vanilla, caramel, toasted oak, baking spice, a little bit of orange peel. On the palate, we got some wonderful notes of rich toffee and brown sugar with those nice baking spices in there, cinnamon, cloves, nice heavy oakiness, a great mouthfeel, and a very long and warming kind of finish. And you are all caught up. So now we are moving on to the Crowned Heads Juárez. The filler and binder. The filler is Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Mexican. The binder is an Ecuadorian Sumatra, and the wrapper is my favorite leaf. If you watch me consistently, you know what it is. The Mexican San Andrés. I love that leaf. It has an excellent construction. It's got a little bit of a slightly rustic kind of feel to it, maybe kind of like paper bags. Visible but tight seams, some minimal veining, but it's not pronounced. There's no pronounced veining in it at all, and it's really minimal. I gotta get my reading contacts on here. Triple cap on the nose. You get outstanding notes of earth and cocoa. There's a little subtle sweetness in there. Maybe some hints of raisin. It's got a wonderful aroma. Let's go ahead and give it a cut using my Cigar V cutter today. Beautiful V cut on the cold draw. You get notes of dark chocolate and raisins and just a faint bit of pepper. It's rather simple on the cold draw, but the flavors are very pronounced and elegant. So, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna fire it up, aren't we? Boy, it's hot out here today. Muggy, not hot, muggy. Sorry, I'm still cold drawing this stick. Using my Rocky Patel 5 torch flamethrower, the Envoy. Doing a little touch-up work with a single torch. Boy, it does have some bold flavors to it. They're definitely bold. You get cocoa followed by an earthiness. There's some dry spice that kind of open in the profile. There's a slight sweetness underneath, but overall it's rugged and very grounded. Nothing more than maybe a little bit of leather and some slight pepper on the retrohale. Let's try them together. Well, the mouthfeel on that spirit works really well with the smoke. That it does. Mm. My initial impression is that the Russells immediately fills in the gaps of the cigar, bringing the caramel and the vanilla that round out the cigar's kind of dryness, and it results in a just a wonderful, balanced and rich pairing without losing its edge. Wow, need to touch this up just a little more. And man, we're doing great. We're at 10 minutes. I got a little time. I try to keep it right at 15. Hey, while you're watching, just remember to go ahead and hit that, mash that like button, hit the subscribe button so you know when new things are popping up on you. Uh, Go over to X. You can subscribe for $1 a month, and you have my show notes early. These last 2 days have been kind of like last minute. I was working on them last night, even though I had the pairing figured out like a few weeks ago. I try to stay ahead, but like the Friday show, those folks had the show notes on Wednesday night. Cost you 25 cents a week, $1 a month, and you are in the know. You have an exclusive. Where else you gonna get an exclusive for 25 cents a week, right? All right. How does the rest of this pairing stack up? I'm about to tell you. As you get closer towards the midpoint of the cigar, which on this cigar is only about like right there, because it's only 4 inches long, um, the pepper builds, the chocolate deepens, and the profile becomes even more structured and complex. Um, the bourbon's oak and spice sync perfectly with that cigar's rising intensity. You get a dark chocolate and cinnamon, charred oak. It's just a beautiful fusion in your mouth. The mouthfeel becomes heavier and more coating and more immersive. And then as you get on towards the end of the cigar, you get that nice full bodied finish with earth and char and espresso, and just a slight bitterness emerges. Um, the Russell's doesn't fade. Oh no, it leans in harder. It buckles down. The bourbon sweetness keeps the cigar from turning harsh, and the oak and the char from kind of from both sides create this deep kind of smoky backbone. Wonderful. The San Andrés wrapper, as I said in the beginning, my favorite leaf. It drives the cocoa. That's where most of the cocoa comes from. And then you get this earthiness and a natural sweetness, while the Russell's amplifies it with caramelized sugars and charred oak that create this dense, almost dessert like meets barrel profile. Uh, I think for the more experienced smokers and sippers, this is a good one. It really is. Hey, I got a minute and 15 seconds. Man, I'm burning it up. Literally. Mm. Overall, this is a bold and structured pairing that doesn't back down. This is not about contrast, it's about alignment and amplification. Every third in this cigar builds on the last, delivering this rich and evolving experience with some serious depth. Um, Overall, I would give the Russell's Reserve Single Barrel a 9.2 out of 10. That's a really great spirit, and it's a pretty good price point, too. The Crowned Head Juarez, I would give it a 9 out of 10. But together, I think they kind of amplify themselves. And I would give this pairing a 9.3 out of 10. It's a really good pairing. Very good pairing. You should try it. Only for the experience, though. Don't jump out of light shade Olive G or Oliva G and O and jump into this. That's a heavy step. I'm for true. I hope you'd enjoy this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, blow all the whistles, all that kind of good stuff. Share it with your friends. Let them know about me. Share it on all your social media stuff. So I'm this crazy guy. Leave me comments. I love comments. I don't care if you say I'm an asshole. I have no idea what I'm talking about, whatever. Hey, comments are comments. I love them. And I answer most of them, and I try not to be, confrontational. I try. I appreciate everybody that listens, no matter what you may think about me. So until we get to the other end, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.